Today on the channel, the latest and greatest from the KWK series helps me practice my Espanol with the Conquistadors, Uno, and Dos.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another KWK Retro Wrestling Figure unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got the Conquistadors, we got Uno, we got Dos. But for all your KWK needs, better head over to KWK Shop, pick them up over there. As I film this, they got a lot of pre-orders open for the month of December 2024. Get in if you have not, and we've unboxed all these figures on the channel so far. Check out any of the ones you've missed. A lot of great figures here. Going to be one of the most difficult year-end reviews doing the top 10 retro figures of the year with so many different brands making retro-style figures. So stay tuned to that video on the channel in the future. But of course, the future is now, and we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Uno and Dos, the Conquistadors. I want to say my first memory of the Conquistadors was renting Survivor Series, whatever year it was, 85, 86? No, probably 87, I guess, or maybe even 88, 87, 88, something like that, maybe 87. I don't know. You guys know better than me. I'm sure it'll be in the comments. But, of course, there was that big multi-tag team Survivor Series match. That was the first remembrance of the Conquistadors. But I think the biggest Conquistadors moment ever was during the Attitude Era with Edge and Christian dressed as the Conquistadors. I don't know, you guys sound off to me, but there's been a lot of people under the masks of the Conquistadors over the years, but I guess these are the primary ones, or what we're getting right here. We're going to dive into those, but first let's go through the accessories, and we got two capes. Cape season, once again, not just for Lando Calrissian anymore. We do get the capes with these guys. They are packaged separately in a baggie. Oh, I hate to open them up, but going to have to open these up. Looking very, very nice, these gold fancy capes. Of course, like I said, everybody loves cape season. As we do know, as I just devalue this big time. Take it right out of the baggie there. See you later, baggies in flight. There's one cape right there. Cape season truly being represented here. It should be winter coat season where I'm at. It's like below zero right now. See you later. Goodbye. We get two identical cape jackets, whatever we're going to call them right here. Got these for the Conquistadors. A definite beautiful touch to these figures. A little extra pizzazz for them, I will say. But let's start. And who do we start with? Uno or Dos? How about Uno? Let's go in order. Let's go in number order, of course. Red carding on these bad boys here. Very nice thick carding here. The bubble's not falling off. Any problems with that one there. Now, of course, in the past with the KWK, we've had some of the slide out packaging. We do not have that this time around. This is more of a traditional style packaging for good or bad, depending how you like your figures. There's no putting these guys back in action. There's just not going to happen. You got to rip them off the card, and that's what we're going to do, I guess. Part of Series 2 right here, the Conquistadors. This one being Uno. There's the KWK logo right there. One of 280 of the variant A right here for the Conquistadors as well. Looking good on the package with the glamour shot. On the back, we got the tail of the tape. Of course, a lot of title wins by this bad boy here. You do got the cross-sell down below. You know me, I love a cross-sell. I think every action figure should have a cross-sell. Make people interested in your other items. Got to have that there. Got the thank yous down here. I'm right there on there. So shout out to the KWK team for sending a thank you my way on the back of the package. Really appreciate that. Very cool. On the back, what else we got going on here? You got the design team going on. You got all the social medias. This is not a toy. It's an adult collectible, so don't get that mixed up. 2024, of course. And we do see La Resistance and TJP and Taka Michinoku coming in the future down there. You can see those. Conquistador Uno, height 188 millimeters. He's millimeters tall. No, 6'2". 6'2", weight 249 pounds. Born August 6, 1960. From Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. Beautiful this time of year. Bloody and dangerous, but still beautiful. Real name, Marcelino Rivera Alicia. And then a lot of different accomplishments over the years, of course, as well for Mr. Uno here. But it's time for Uno to jump out the package. Can I do this as clean as possible? I like to save the back of the cards at least. But man, they're on there extremely tight. This kind of reminds me of Grapplers and Gimmicks, how tight these guys are onto the package. Oh, there we go. I snuck in there a little bit. Packaging, see you later. Goodbye. And now it's time. We're diving into Mr. Uno himself right here. Conquistador Uno. Very cool looking figure right off. Basically looks like a gold wrestling statue. It looks like you'd put this on a statue and hand this to somebody. You were the wrestler of the year, and it was just a bronze golden statue going on right here. But man, very, very nice. Quality is always very nice with these. Feel very stiff and firm. Doesn't feel hollow. Doesn't feel anything like that. Joints nice and tight, just where you want them to be. Not too loose, not too tight. But it is basically a gold figure. He is gold throughout. Gold trunks, gold body, gold boots, gold gloves, gold mask. Not a lot to this one, but that's what the Conquistadors were. They were ahead of Austin Powers, I guess is what they were. A little bit of eyes and mouth and nose sticking out of the mask there a little bit, but really, at the end of the day, just a very gold mask on this one here. Now, he just got splayed out hands. He's ready to go. He's ready to attack, ready to power slam you. Arms all the way around on this bad boy. You got the waist articulation, of course, and then you get the head back and forth. So, usual articulation as far as things do go. Number 239 for those keeping track on the feet. Did I get a matching set? Oh, no matching set. And that would have been the way to go. 154 over on this side here. Once again, KWK 2024. Does got a hole in his foot. Is he going to fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand? Oh, look at that. Now, that seems like a really, really little thing, a small thing, but to have uniformity to fit on these stands, not every retro company is doing that. And let's be honest, some figures will fall. Depending on what your space, what your collection looks like, things will fall. So to be able to be on a stand, a uniform stand, is a big deal. It may seem small, but you ask me, it is a very big deal there. Very happy that fits on there. So kudos to the KWK team on that one there. Besides that, that's pretty much it. We're going to dive into Dose here in a second, but I'm going to slide this jacket on him. See how that kind of operates. A little tight there on the jacket. How do I get him in here? Oh my gosh. Not as easy as I want to be. And I'm always scared I'm going to like damage the paint or knock the paint around a little bit here. Can I get this on? Not as easy as I thought it would be. There we go. Maybe user error. Could be. But there it is. There, got the jacket on him there. That's a big jacket. That's a big cape here. That's power move. You're right, Todd McFarlane. Thanks. Todd McFarlane on the couch once again. Looking good, though. Mr. Dose, and he stands up even fine without a stand, even with that big bulky jacket on him there. So shout out to him, but shout out to Dose. Always my favorite of the two. Dose just had that pizzazz. He had a little of that extra charisma. You guys know what I'm talking about. And there's Dose in the package. Very similar, different glamour shot, obviously, but looking very similar to his tag team partner. I mean, they can do the old switcheroo and nobody's going to know. On the back, same cross sell, same everything else going on. But we got tail of the tape back here. 5'7", 216 pounds, born 1946. Oh my gosh, he's an old man these days, of course. From Santurce, Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico once again. Real name, Jose Estrada Sr., I almost said Jr., and I believe wasn't his son part of the Los Boricuas back in the day in WWE? I think that's the case. But quite the litany of accomplishments back here for him as well. And now I'm going to get him out of the package, and this one, there we go. I got that one a little bit better. See you later, goodbye. That one came off just a hair cleaner than the other one, so there it goes. See you later, goodbye. And now we get Dose out of the package, and I guess I'll have to remember Dose by his two fists of fury, because let's be honest, can anybody tell these two apart? You get them out of the package, let's say it's 10 years from now, and they're sitting there on your shelf, and some wily veteran comes by, Matt Cardona comes over and says, which one's Uno, which one's Dose? And I'll say, oh my gosh, I'll say, Todd, Mark, help from the couch, and they'll give me one of these, and we won't know. So I'm going to try to remember fists mean Dose right here. And that is the big difference between these figures, is the Fist of Fury and the open hands. I'm glad there is some differences, but at the end of the day, it's getting the most out of your molds, which that's Toy Business 101, as we do know. But very similar figures going on right here. A little... yeah, pretty much right there. I'm trying to think if I can find any differences in the face and the eyes. I mean, there is a little bit of differences. I'm a little bit more bug-eyed on this one, and that could be just the individual paint job, possibly. But very, very similar figures as we expected them to be, though, for the most part there. I mean, you can't do them different because then it wouldn't be right to what they are, really, at the end of the day. So, and now he doesn't want to stand again. Of course, probably just my table. I'm going to stick him on a stand. You know what, just for the heck of it, we're going to stick him on a stand as well. Uno and Dos riding together once again, right there at the table. Very similar. Obviously, articulation can be identical between the two. We know that. The biggest difference is going to be the hands between these two. But you can't have Uno without Dos, and you definitely can't have Dos without Uno, so you got to get both of these guys. We know how that goes. Pick them up over at the KWK store as well. And comparing them to some other tag teams from the retro lines this year, man, the fabulous Rougeaus from Grapplers and Gimmicks. Man, I've been waiting for Rougeau figures since I was a little kid in the LJN days. So very cool all these years later, finally getting them here. Of course, Epic Toys, the British Bulldogs, another fabulous set this year. And then, of course, from Zombie Sailor Toys, how about Paul Roma Hercules? Not quite the same era as the Conquistadors, even though in that Survivor Series tag, Paul Roma might have been in there with Jim Powers. Those young stallions can't keep them down. When are we getting a Jim Powers retro figure? It is time. Let's get Jim Powers. Let's get after that. Let's get Iron Mike Sharp while we're at it. There's some of those guys from back in the day we definitely need in our collection. But very cool to build out our tag team retro collection here with Uno and Dos, the Los Conquistadors from KWK. But what say you guys and gals out there? You picking up any of these? You dabbling? Are you going to have a tough time with the retro best of list like I am this year in 2024? It'll be a very difficult list, there's no doubt about it. But we'll see what happens in that video, so stay tuned for that. And while you're staying tuned, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel, and thumbs up this video. Check out the Patreon for early access to all the videos here on the channel. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Of course, don't forget that. Don't forget Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. And of course, my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and now on Kindle. And check out all my sweet dance moves over there on the old Tik Tok. So for the Los Conquistadors, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.